All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Biafran all over the world. This is our news. This is our own. Um, Donald Trump and the United States of America, they have decided to come to the rescue of Biafra and all the good people in Nigeria at large. Yes, so my people, this is wonderful news. This is very, very, very good and interesting one. The United States Army, the United States soldiers, you know, led by the President Donald Trump, has decided to come to the rescue of Nigeria and Nigerians. The killings, the killings in the north, the killings of Christians, in the north, the invading and the massacre of Christians in the north or in Nigeria as a whole, you know, has drawn the attention of the United States of America President Donald Trump. It has drawn the attention of foreign nations. Yes, oh my people, that is a very wonderful news. That is very, very, very interesting and is very wonderful. We have been crying in this country. We have been crying and pleading for good governance, but they have refused to give us what we deserve. They have refused to give us good governance in this country. And as it is now, it has drawn the attentions of foreign nations, and it's going to be a very wonderful one. The cry of the masses have really reached God. God have heard our prayers. Yes, it's very, very good. And the politicians now, they are coming out now to say that that the America is interested in our natural resources, that they are not interested in saving the masses or helping the masses or helping Nigerian government to fight against insecurity and um, insecurity and sidelining and the bad governance, that they are not interested. What they are interested on is our natural resources. My brothers and my sisters, which natural resources are we even talking about? Which natural resources are we talking about? If you go to Cotonou here, Benin Republic, they have good governance. They don't have oil. They don't have crude oil. So, and we in Nigeria, since the day that we were born, we were told that um, we have crude oil, and aside from crude oil, we have other natural resources. That we have gold, we have whatever, just name it. But my brothers and sisters, what impact is that natural resources? What impact has it made in this country? Nigeria is still owing as it is today. Is owing over 100 and something trillion naira. That is what Nigeria is owing as it is today. So, what impact has that natural resources made in Nigeria? That is one important question that we all should ask ourselves. And the politicians now, they are coming now to tell us America is interested in our natural resources. They are interested in still in taking our oil away. My brother, my sister, who that oil help? That oil, is it for Nigerians, or that oil is it for only politicians? If you if you allow me to say, if you permit me to say, I will say that the natural resources does not belong to Nigerians, does not belong to masses. It belongs to only politicians, the president, the senate president, the house of rep, all the top politicians, the governors. That is the people that the oil belongs to, not the masses. I mean the oil. What are you talking about, crude oil? What are you talking about, natural resources? Is it free education that we have in Nigeria? Do we have free education in Nigeria? Do we have good road? Do we have um do we have electricity? What do we have in this country? Do we have good health sector? Do we have good hospitals? And when our politicians are sick, they use our oil money and fly abroad to go and treat themselves. And to worsen it all, it's not even in good hospitals. They don't even go to highest hospitals abroad. What they are going to is just, some of them is clinic. Our former president died in a clinic, you know, a clinic that is far better than our government hospitals in Nigeria. It's very, very embarrassing. It's very, very shameful to this country called Nigeria. Nigeria is a shame. It's a shameful country. It's a very shameful country, and it's very painful to all of us that a country that we are told that that is blessed with natural resources is very, very backward. It's going backward day by day, and there's nothing to show for it. We don't have good road. What are we going to show for it? Have we ever received one kobo in the name of oil? I said, this is your own share in the crude oil that was sold. There's nothing. Since we were born, anybody around 40 years can attest to it. You have been in uh, where you, from childhood, you went to nursery school, you paid for it. Primary school, you paid for it. Secondary school, you paid for it. University, you paid for it. Even for service, you paid for everything. Virtually, you paid for everything in this that you have gotten, that this country has offered you. A country where foreigners uh, foreigners have more security. In a country where foreigners, they enjoy more security than the citizens of the country. What a shame. You see a foreigner, an individual that will come from maybe India, from China, from anywhere, they will assign security to that person, to that foreigner. Foreigner that maybe came with maybe 200, 500 million. They will assign security to him, and he will be blowing siren. But why the citizens of the country are suffering and nothing to show for it? And you are telling us we have crude oil, we have this and that, we have. Let America come and take it. This government, this Nigeria, we don't have government. Let foreigners come and take over. Let them come and lead us. No matter whosoever is that we have there, what we need is good governance. Is enough. Enough is enough. The time has gone past that when we will come and say Buhari is northern, Tinubu is this and that, Rochas culture is this and Imo State is this and that. We don't need it again. They have they have punished us, as in they have disappointed us. So what we need now is let the foreigners come and take over this country for us to have peace, for us to have good governance, for us to have electricity, for us to have good road, for us to have hospitals, for us to have good schools, free educations. Let foreigners come and take over this country. It does not matter. We have not seen oil before. We have not seen the crude oil before, and if no matter whoever that we have there, it's not our business. What we need is good governance. Okay, now look at Burkina Faso. Look at Burkina Faso. Democracy have been there for long, till about 2 3 years ago, that Ibrahim Traore took over as a military man. He took over the leadership, the mantle of of leadership there. Then look at, there is free education now from primary school to tertiary. From primary to tertiary, there is free education everywhere. There is good road. There is industries. You know, there is job. Go there and you will see the transformation. So it does not matter whether what them did they call it? They call it democracy. Demo what? What are we democracy? It's no longer democracy. It's democracy. Excuse me. It's democracy because in as much as we call it, no, the name we call it, regardless the name we call it, what we need is let it have impact, let it have positive impacts on the citizens. That is what we should be praying for. That is what we should be asking for, not the name. You call it democracy, we are not enjoying the dividends of democracy. We are not enjoying the dividends of democracy. Let the military take over. If the military cannot take over, since they have refused to take over this country, the bloody civilians, they have acted more wickedly than a tyrant. Then let the military take over, so that they will. If you go back to the history, listen, you see that all the good road, all the go to technical schools before. When they say technical school, go to technical schools. We should go to visit our technical schools of 90s and early 2000. In fact, 90s, 1990 something, 91, 92, 93. Go to technical schools and you see They are far better than some universities we have today. Technical schools we have back then are far better than the universities of today. Go and see. Was it done by who? It was done by the military. It was done and constructed under military regime. Is it good road? Are we talking about good road? Are we talking about hospitals? So this democracy should go back to wherever it came from. We don't need it again. My brothers and my sisters, the coming of Trump is something very good. And if you are interested, if you know that you have any opinion or you have suggestions towards the coming of Trump and the military, the soldiers, the army, the U.S. Army into Nigeria. If you have anything to say about it, we are ready and willing to listen to you. Remain blessed till when we meet you, you know, in next edition of this broadcast. And if this is the first time you are coming across our channel, please do well to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more to come. Thank you and remain blessed.
This is all coming amid the heightened diplomatic tension between Nigeria and the United States over allegations of a Christian genocide in Nigeria. The presidency appears to be highlighting the steps already being taken to address terrorism and insecurity, with the new service chiefs positioned as evidence of the administration's commitment to tackling these issues. Well, we all know that over the weekend, social media was awash with reactions after U.S. President Donald Trump issued a stark warning to the Nigerian government, instructing the United States Department of War to prepare for possible action to wipe out terrorists in Nigeria. Well, Trump posted that warning on Truth Social. And of course, I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but I'd like to read it for the benefit of our viewers. Trump wrote, "If the Nigerian government continues to allow killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I'm hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. And full action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast." And that's the actual post that got a lot of reactions on social media. Ayo Rufai, Dr. Abati. And we know that this post is coming just a day after Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern over allegations of Christian genocide. Well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has already rejected this designation, maintaining that Nigeria remains a democracy with constitutional guarantees of freedom of religion. The strength of American military action has sparked widespread debate about sovereignty, security challenges, and the path forward for Nigeria's relationship with the United States. And I'll take activist Omoyele Showore's tweet. If we can pull up that tweet, if we have that. All right. Showore wrote on X, "The latest threat by U.S. President Donald Trump to launch military action in Nigeria, allegedly to protect Christians, may sound appealing to some. Still, history has shown this to be perilous. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, animist, or non-religious, no one should celebrate such rhetoric. The United States and its allies have a long record of military interventions that leave nations more unstable than before. They failed to secure peace in Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, or Syria. And they won't bring salvation to Nigeria through bombs or boots on the ground. What Nigeria truly needs is not a foreign savior, but legitimate, accountable leadership, one that protects all citizens, upholds justice, and ends the cycles of corruption and violence that have left the nation broken. Donald Trump does not care about Nigerians, not Christians, Muslims, or anyone else. Our deliverance will never come from abroad. It must come from within, through real leadership, not the Tinubus of the world, and national renewal. Hashtag revolution now. Another ex-user, actually, this is a WhatsApp comment which, went all over WhatsApp. If we can pull up that comment at this moment. This person wrote on WhatsApp, which has been shared many times. He wrote, I don't know why there are misinterpretations of Trump's message. Trump did not threaten to attack Nigeria or effect regime change, as America did in other countries, Iraq, etc. Nigeria is a democracy and should not be compared with Gaddafi's Libya, Assad's Syria, or Saddam's Iraq. Trump's message is clear: to come into Nigeria and completely wipe out the terrorists who are committing these atrocities. America has a rich history of tackling terrorists and their sponsors to any country and killing them without the knowledge of the host country. US did it in Pakistan, where they took out Osama bin Laden and his bodyguards without even the knowledge of Pakistani government. Trump did it in Iraq, when US assassinated Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. In 2020, if you all remember, Trump's message implied that the US military has the capacity to come into Nigeria and smoke out Torji Bello and his fighters. We, as a people, thrive in conspiracy theories, play politics with human lives, dismiss insecurity as a global challenge, defend leaders who's stuck in trade, is issuing condolence messages to commiserate with victims of insecurity from their heavily guarded fortresses. Our leaders and military generals should be made to understand that we can't continue to live with this embarrassing level of insecurity, which they condone just to attract fat annual defense budgets. Well, Trump's warning was reverberated worldwide. A member of the European Parliament from Poland, Dominik Trasinski, posted a video featuring a dramatic simulation of the potential US military invasion set to a soundtrack of the Lord's Prayer with the caption, Nigerian Christians will soon be rescued. Let's take a look.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
It says Department of War right there, Ayo. But of course, Trump's post defending Christians, a lot of Christians have reacted, including Nicki Minaj. And I would read Nicki Minaj's tweet before I come to you, Ayo. If we can pull up Nicki Minaj's tweet, she wrote, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries around the world are being affected by this horror. It's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the president and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in our prayer. Ayo.
All right, okay, so a lot of times, the danger of a single story is that you might respond to something that you don't have a deep knowledge of. And so what Nicki Minaj was responding to was the US's perspective of what's happening in Nigeria, which is in very little, it's hyperbolic. Yes, are people being, killed? Are people being attacked? Absolutely true. And the government has even continued to speak about that, saying that what we have is a challenge, a security challenge, and terrorism, which has plagued the nation for 15 years. And so, that's on that note. But in speaking to the entirety of this story, Oji, what we've consistently said is that it's unfortunate that it's taking the US coming out to speak for Nigeria, for the Nigerian government to take what has been spoken about a number of times back home here in Nigeria seriously. How many times have we heard cries from Christians in the Middle Belt, especially in Plateau Jos, in some parts of Benue, in the northeast